For most of your life, walking was second nature. You walked to the mailbox, you walked around the house, you walked to clear your head, to stretch your legs, to feel alive. But somewhere along the way, pain, fatigue, weather, or fear made you stop. You sat more, rested more, stayed still more. And the surprising thing, nothing seemed to happen at first. But quietly in the background, your body began to shift. Your muscles weakened, your balance became uncertain, your heart had to work harder, and your energy faded. You didn't even notice it, because decline doesn't arrive with alarms. It arrives in silence, in the joints that ache a little more, in the breath that shortens faster, in the mind that feels a little foggier. In this video, we'll gently uncover 7 things that begin to change in your body when you stop walking after 65. Not to scare you, but to help you recognize the signs and take back control of your health step by step, because healing doesn't require marathons. It starts with awareness, and sometimes just one more step today than you took yesterday. Let's begin. Sign number 1, muscle loss and weak legs. When you stop walking, the first thing to quietly fade is your strength. You won't feel it in a single day or even a week, but slowly, without warning, your muscles begin to shrink, especially in the legs, hips, and lower back. This isn't just about aging. It's a process called sarcopenia, the natural muscle loss that accelerates when we become less active. And walking is one of the most powerful ways to slow that process down. Why your legs get weaker without walking. Your legs were designed to move. Every step you take engages your thighs and calves, strengthens your glutes and core, pumps blood back to the heart, trains your body to stay stable. But when you stop walking, your muscle fibers shrink from lack of use. Your posture weakens, putting strain on the spine, your balance declines, making falls more likely. What used to feel effortless, getting out of a chair, climbing stairs, stepping over the edge of the tub, suddenly feels shaky. Not because you're old, but because your legs haven't been called to work. There's a beautiful truth in aging that many forget. Your body will keep what you use and quietly let go of what you don't. Walking, even just 15 to 20 minutes a day, tells your body, I still need these muscles. I still want this strength. And your body listens. But when days go by without movement, your body says, oh, I guess we don't need this anymore. And it begins to shut those systems down, one slow fiber at a time. Signs your muscles are shrinking from inactivity. You struggle to get up from low chairs. You avoid stairs or feel wobbly going down. Sign number 1, muscle loss and weak legs. When you stop walking, the first thing to quietly fade is your strength. You won't feel it in a single day or even a week. But slowly, without warning, your muscles begin to shrink, especially in the legs, hips, and lower back. This isn't just about aging. It's a process called sarcopenia, the natural muscle loss that accelerates when we become less active. And walking is one of the most powerful ways to slow that process down. Um, why your legs get weaker without walking. Your legs were designed to move. Every step you take engages your thighs and calves, strengthens your glutes and core, pumps blood back to the heart, trains your body to stay stable. But when you stop walking, your muscle fibers shrink from lack of use. Your posture weakens, putting strain on the spine. Your balance declines, making falls more likely. What used to feel effortless, getting out of a chair, climbing stairs, stepping over the edge of the tub, suddenly feels shaky. Not because you're old, but because your legs haven't been called to work. There's a beautiful truth in aging that many forget. Your body will keep what you use and quietly let go of what you don't. Walking, even just 15 to 20 minutes a day, tells your body, I still need these muscles. I still want this strength. And your body listens. But when days go by without movement, your body says, oh, I guess we don't need this anymore. And it begins to shut those systems down, one slow fiber at a time. Signs your muscles are shrinking from inactivity. You struggle to get up from low chairs. You avoid stairs or feel wobbly going down. Sign number 2, slower blood circulation and cold extremities. When you stop walking every day, your body doesn't just get weaker, it gets colder. Not because the room is cold, not because you forgot a sweater, but because your blood is no longer moving the way it used to. One of the hidden gifts of walking is this: it acts like a natural pump for your circulation. Each step you take squeezes the muscles in your legs, which then pushes blood back up to your heart and out to the rest of your body. But when you become inactive, especially after 65, this gentle pumping system slows down. And the result, your hands and feet feel colder, your legs feel heavy or tingly, you may bruise more easily, wounds take longer to heal, and you feel tired even after resting. This isn't aging. This is poor circulation, and walking is one of the most powerful drug free ways to fix it. Why seniors notice cold hands and feet more often. As we age, our blood vessels become less elastic. Our heart may not pump as strongly. And when we stop moving, gravity pulls blood downward, pooling in the legs and feet. Without the motion of walking, less oxygen reaches your fingertips and toes. Your skin may become pale or bluish. Numbness, tingling, or a pins and needles sensation may increase, and even your brain may receive less blood flow, leading to foggy thinking. This is why some seniors who stop walking experience constant coldness, fatigue, dizziness when standing, and a general feeling of slowness. Even just 10 minutes of walking improves blood flow to your heart and brain, warms up cold fingers and feet, reduces swelling in your ankles, helps prevent blood clots. Sign number two, slower blood circulation and cold extremities. When you stop walking every day, your body doesn't just get weaker, it gets colder. Not because the room is cold, not because you forgot a sweater, but because your blood is no longer moving the way it used to. One of the hidden gifts of walking is this: it acts like a natural pump for your circulation. Each step you take squeezes the muscles in your legs, which then pushes blood back up to your heart and out to the rest of your body. But when you become inactive, especially after 65, this gentle pumping system slows down. And the result, your hands and feet feel colder, your legs feel heavy or tingly, you may bruise more easily, wounds take longer to heal, and you feel tired, even after resting. This isn't aging. This is poor circulation, and walking is one of the most powerful drug free ways to fix it. Why seniors notice cold hands and feet more often. As we age, our blood vessels become less elastic. Our heart may not pump as strongly. And when we stop moving, gravity pulls blood downward, pooling in the legs and feet. Without the motion of walking, less oxygen reaches your fingertips and toes. Your skin may become pale or bluish. Numbness, tingling, or a pins and needles sensation may increase. And even your brain may receive less blood flow, leading to foggy thinking. This is why some seniors who stop walking experience constant coldness, fatigue, dizziness when standing, and a general feeling of slowness. Even just 10 minutes of walking improves blood flow to your heart and brain, warms up cold fingers and feet, reduces swelling in your ankles, helps prevent blood clots. Sign number three, poor balance and higher fall risk. You don't notice balance when you have it, but you feel its absence the moment it's gone. Maybe it starts with a small wobble when stepping off a curb, a hesitation when reaching for something overhead, a stumble when turning too quickly, and then one day you begin to walk more slowly, hold on to furniture, or feel unsure standing in the shower. This isn't sudden, and it isn't just age. It's what happens when your body, especially after 65, stops practicing balance through movement. And when you stop walking, your balance begins to fade. Every time you walk, your body performs a quiet miracle. Eyes track where you're going, feet feel the ground, ankles adjust for unevenness, hips shift weight. Your inner ear and cerebellum, balance center in the brain, stay active and alert. It's like playing piano. If you stop practicing, your skill slowly fades. So, when you stop walking daily, these systems weaken, lose coordination, and become less responsive when you need them most, like stepping off stairs or turning around. That's why many seniors say, I'm afraid I'll fall if I move too much. When in fact, not moving is what increases that risk the most. For a younger person, a fall is an inconvenience. For a senior, a fall can change everything. Falls after 65 often lead to broken hips or wrists, hospital stays, loss of independence, fear of walking again, and sadly, for some, permanent decline in mobility. But the good news? Falls are often preventable, and walking is one of the simplest, most natural preventions you already know how to do. Warning signs that balance is fading. You hold on to walls or furniture more often. You avoid uneven ground or stairs. You feel unsure when standing on one foot, even for a few seconds. You hesitate when turning quickly. You feel disconnected from your legs. These aren't weakness, they're signals, and the earlier you respond, the more power you keep. How walking improves balance at any age. Even light walking, strengthens your ankles and knees, re engages your core and back muscles, helps your inner ear and brain retrain balance systems, rebuilds confidence with each step, teaches your body to adjust safely to the world around you. And the most beautiful part, your balance returns faster than you think once you start moving again. If you've been still for a while, start gently. Walk 10 steps back and forth in your hallway, practice standing on one foot while holding a counter. March slowly in place with your eyes open. Use a walker or cane proudly. They're tools of strength, not weakness. Ask someone to walk with you for safety and encouragement. Balance is not a gift, it's a skill. And like any skill, it comes back with practice. When you stop walking, the fear of falling grows, but ironically, the best way to prevent a fall is to walk again. Not fast, not far, but with purpose, with presence, with patience. You don't need to trust your body all at once, you just need to give it a reason to trust itself again. So stand, breathe, take one step today, then another tomorrow, because every step you take is a step away from fear and a step toward freedom. Sign number 4, weight gain and slower metabolism. You may have noticed this already. You're eating the same, you're doing what you've always done, but somehow your belly feels softer, your clothes tighter, your energy lower. You think, is it just age? Is my body betraying me? But the truth is simpler. It's not betrayal, it's biology, and it starts the moment you stop walking every day. How walking keeps your metabolism alive. Even at a slow pace, walking burns calories, activates large muscle groups, signals your metabolism to stay on, regulates your insulin and blood sugar, supports your thyroid and hormone balance. When you remove that daily movement, your body gets the message, we're resting now. So it slows everything down, and that includes how fast you burn food, how your body stores fat, how well your digestive system moves, how much energy you feel in a day. It's not that your body is giving up, it's that it's adapting to stillness. After 60, you naturally lose muscle mass unless you actively maintain it. Hormonal shifts affect fat storage, especially around the belly. Your daily calorie needs drop, but your habits may not. Your body stores fat more easily than it builds muscle. So, if you stop walking, you burn fewer calories, you lose the muscle that helps you burn those calories, and your body becomes more efficient at storing fat, especially visceral fat around internal organs, which can increase health risks, a cycle. This creates a cycle: less movement, more weight, more fatigue, even less movement. But the cycle can be reversed, and it starts with steps. When you gain weight after 65 from inactivity, you're not just carrying extra pounds, you're carrying extra risk. Higher blood pressure, increased risk of type 2 diabetes, elevated cholesterol, sleep apnea or snoring, joint strain, especially knees and hips, fatigue and shortness of breath. Walking, even slowly, fights all of these risks at once. How to restart your metabolism at any age. You don't need to power walk. You don't need to sweat. You just need to move consistently, daily, with purpose. Start here. Walk for 5 minutes after each meal. Do gentle arm and leg swings while standing. Take stairs slowly, if safe, instead of elevators. March in place during commercials. Track steps if you enjoy goals, aiming for just 2,000 to start. Your body doesn't need punishment, it needs re engagement. Metabolism is not gone, it's waiting. It's waiting for your feet to move, your blood to circulate, your muscles to ask for fuel. So if the scale has gone up, if your energy has gone down, if your pants feel tight and your mood feels heavy, don't shame yourself. Just start walking again, because every step you take is a message to your metabolism. I still need you. Let's get going again. And your body will listen. It always does, especially when you speak to it with kindness. Sign number 5, stiff joints and reduced flexibility. You roll out of bed in the morning and your knees feel tight. Your back doesn't want to straighten. Your hips resist your first steps. It's not just getting older, it's your joints quietly saying, we haven't moved enough lately. When you stop walking after 65, one of the first things to suffer is joint flexibility. And unlike pain, which screams, stiffness whispers. Why walking keeps joints supple. Your joints are not machines that rust with time. They are living systems that thrive on movement. Inside every joint is a lining called the synovial membrane. It produces a thick, slick fluid that lubricates the joint and keeps it gliding smoothly, just like oil for a hinge. But here's the key: that fluid only circulates when you move. So when you stop walking, synovial fluid becomes stagnant, joints become drier, less nourished, cartilage begins to wear unevenly, muscles around the joints tighten, and you wake up feeling older than you are. It's not age, it's inactivity. Which joints suffer most when you stop walking? Hips, your largest weight bearing joints. Lack of motion leads to deep stiffness, limiting stride length. Knees, less walking means less fluid movement, more friction, and often pain during stairs or standing. Ankles, when not stretched daily through steps, they lose range and affect your balance. Lower back, walking gently rotates and strengthens the spine. Without it, back stiffness increases. Even your toes can lose flexibility, making it harder to push off while walking or wear certain shoes comfortably. Warning, signs of stiffening joints. You groan or hold your breath when standing up. It takes longer to loosen up in the morning. You avoid kneeling, squatting, or getting on the floor. You feel tight after sitting too long. Simple movements like turning to look behind you feel restricted. These signs may feel normal, but they're not inevitable. They're your body asking for gentle daily motion. How walking improves joint flexibility. Each step stretches your hips and knees, encourages your spine to gently rotate, increases blood flow to joint tissues, distributes weight evenly across the body, encourages the production of synovial fluid, keeps ligaments and tendons elastic. And unlike high impact exercise, walking is low risk but high reward for aging joints. Gentle ways to restore joint health with walking. Start with short walks indoors after long periods of sitting. Walk on soft, even surfaces like grass or carpeted floors. Use walking poles or a cane for added joint support. Do slow motion walks, focusing on fully extending each leg. Follow with gentle stretching, especially of calves, hips, and lower back. Even just 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes in the evening can reduce stiffness over time. Your joints are not punishing you. They're just waiting for you to move, to stretch, to remind them they still matter. Stiffness is not a life sentence, it's a conversation. And walking is your way of replying, I hear you, I'm still here, let's move again. Because flexibility isn't just about muscles, it's about freedom. And the more you walk, the more you keep that freedom alive, one smooth step at a time. Sign number 6, mood changes and mental decline. Have you been feeling a little foggier lately? A little more forgetful? Or perhaps just not quite yourself? When you stop walking every day, your mind doesn't just miss the exercise, it misses the oxygen, the rhythm, and the emotional lift that movement provides. You may notice you're more irritable, you feel down without knowing why, your thoughts move slower, you're less motivated to do the things you once enjoyed. This isn't just aging, it's a quiet ripple effect caused by reduced movement, especially walking. Why walking is so good for the brain. When you walk, blood flow increases to your brain, oxygen feeds your memory and focus, feel good chemicals like dopamine and serotonin are released, your stress hormones like cortisol begin to drop, your hippocampus, the brain's memory center, gets stronger. Studies have shown that just 20 to 30 minutes of walking a day can reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety, delay the onset of cognitive decline, improve memory, alertness, and decision making, even reduce your risk of Alzheimer's and dementia. When you stop walking, however, your brain receives less stimulation. The fog begins to settle in. Signs your brain misses movement. You lose track of time or daily tasks. Words feel harder to recall. You feel more isolated, even when not alone. Your motivation dips. You experience more negative thoughts than usual. You feel less confident in social settings. These aren't failures, they're messages. They're your mind's way of saying, please move me. Please take me outside again. Walking also boosts emotional resilience. When life feels heavy, when grief or loneliness sets in, when you feel disconnected from the world, one of the most healing things you can do is simply to walk. Even a short walk reminds you that the world is still there, lets sunlight touch your skin, brings rhythm to your breath, offers you space to think, pray, release, or just be. It's not about fixing everything, it's about finding a moment of peace step by step. How to use walking to support your mind. You don't need to walk far to feel the mental shift. Try a 5 minute walk after meals to clear mental fog, listening to calming music while walking slowly, noticing nature, trees, clouds, birds, anything that anchors you. Walking with a friend, neighbor, or even a phone call in your pocket, practicing gratitude while walking. I'm thankful for my legs, my lungs, this new day. These simple acts connect your mind to your body and your body to the world again. We often think of walking as physical, but it's deeply mental, emotional, spiritual. When you walk, your mind opens, your heart lightens, and your thoughts begin to clear. So if you felt more down, like more scattered or more withdrawn since walking less, don't blame yourself. Just take one step today because even if it doesn't change everything, it changes something, and that's where healing is. Sign number 7, higher risk of chronic disease. You may not feel it right away, but when you stop walking every day, your body begins making quiet adjustments, many of which set the stage for chronic disease. Diseases like heart disease, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, stroke, osteoporosis, even some forms of cancer. They don't announce themselves, they develop slowly beneath the surface while you're sitting longer and moving less. And yet, there is one simple habit that has been proven to reduce your risk across the board: walking. Why walking is nature's medicine. When you walk, your body is doing far more than just moving. It's engaging every internal system to work in harmony. Walking helps lower bad cholesterol, LDL, increase good cholesterol, HDL, regulate blood sugar levels, strengthen the heart muscle, keep your arteries flexible, stimulate your immune system, reduce inflammation. In fact, researchers say walking 30 minutes a day can lower your risk of heart attack by 35%, stroke by 30%, type 2 diabetes by up to 60%, hip fractures by 40%, and even some cancers like colon and breast. The best part? Even shorter walks help. 5 to 10 minutes at a time, spread throughout the day, still provide massive benefits. What happens inside when you stop walking? When you become inactive, your blood vessels stiffen, your insulin becomes less effective, your blood pressure tends to rise, inflammation increases in your joints and tissues, and fat begins to accumulate, especially around vital organs. This puts stress on your heart, your pancreas, your liver, and your brain. Over time, it creates the perfect environment for chronic illness to take hold, not because you're weak, but because your body was designed to move. Subtle warning signs of chronic risk. You may begin to notice fatigue after light activity, swelling in the legs or ankles, frequent urination or increased thirst, high fasting blood sugar, higher blood pressure readings, shortness of breath during basic tasks. These are red flags your body is waving, and often the most powerful thing you can do is not a pill, but a walk. How to lower disease risk with gentle movement. You don't need to wait until your numbers get bad. Start now, even slowly. Try 10 minutes of walking after each meal, great for blood sugar control, light walking while talking on the phone, morning stretches followed by hallway pacing, a slow walk outdoors at sunrise or sunset, using indoor loops, bedroom to kitchen, and back again. Let your walking become a quiet medicine, something your body expects and something your spirit looks forward to. Chronic disease often feels overwhelming, but the solution doesn't have to be. You don't need perfect form or expensive gear or long distances. You just need to begin again, because each walk lowers your risk. Each step tells your body, I still care for you. I still believe in healing. And that's where strength comes from. Not in big movements, but in the small ones, done with heart and done every day. Some changes come loudly, but most come in silence. You don't wake up one day with stiff joints, poor balance, or low energy. These changes whisper. They happen slowly, one skipped walk at a time. But here's the beautiful truth: just as decline begins quietly, so does recovery. Let's gently recall what happens when we stop walking after 65. Muscles weaken, especially in the legs. Blood circulation slows, leading to cold hands and feet. Balance fades, increasing your fall risk. Metabolism slows, causing weight gain. Joints stiffen, making everyday movement harder. Mood shifts, and the mind becomes foggier. Chronic disease risk rises, silently and steadily, but not one of these is irreversible. Not one. You don't need to walk fast. You just need to walk again, even 5 minutes in your living room, even just down the hallway, even just to the mailbox and back. It's not about distance, it's about devotion to your body, to your breath, to your life. Because every step says, I'm still here, I still matter, and I'm not done moving forward. If this video helped you reconnect with your body, Please give it a like to help others find this message. Share in the comments. How many steps will you try to take today? And don't forget to subscribe to True Senior Wisdom for more healing, hopeful, and practical guidance for your golden years. Let this be your invitation to rise again, to move again, to walk not just for exercise, but for joy, strength, clarity, and for yourself, because healing is always just one step away.